Coming in from one of the credible sources in what we call, hear me out, a tier 1 source from Portugal, known as Gyökeres, 60 million agreement with Arsenal. You understand? That's what we want to talk about. And then Tammy Abraham. Then later we'll be discussing a little bit about Ansu Fati, who was officially going ahead to join Monaco. Rokani David is my name. Hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. Let's get straight to this Gyökeres story that was published, I think, yesterday. He's telling us that there was an agreement between Arsenal and Gyökeres at a fee of around 60 million euros would be enough for a deal to take place. However, Sporting are still sticking to their 80 million euro valuation. Arsenal are not willing to pay that amount. Now, where we've reached, you obviously have to understand that now, who wants the player most will obviously bend the rules. You get? Because for Arsenal, they know to it that 60 million euros is really one of those amounts that they're really looking at to get this player. And the agent has gone ahead to defend this. And he has been vocal that they had an agreement with Sporting Lisbon about this. Though Sporting Lisbon is like acting in a way that is shocking Victor Gyökeres and the agent. To an extent that Victor Gyökeres took to his status and said that truth will soon be revealed. He talked of the very many lies that are being spread in this deal. Now, Arsenal were kept in the know by the agent of Gyökeres for 60 million euros that this deal would obviously come to pass. And they would obviously get it done and dusted. But the president came out and even made a statement. Even yesterday I brought you his statement. So he has so far made a statement twice about the price of Victor Gyökeres. 70 million euros guaranteed and 10 million euros of add-ons. Something that Arsenal is not willing to obviously see themselves spend onto this player. So that is where we are right now. I tell you, this is where we are about the side of Arsenal and Sporting Lisbon. But for Arsenal, they are not yet done. They are pushing on either sides, Benjamin Sesko and the side of Victor Gyökeres. And in the due course of Benjamin Sesko looking out to the news indicating that Arsenal is close to signing Gyökeres, Sesko went ahead to obviously follow Arsenal on Instagram and was like, please, Arsenal, why don't you come for me? You understand? Please and please and please come for me. And this is where I really blame Benjamin Sesko, because when he was really signing his new contract with RB Leipzig, Arsenal had knocked on the door and he could leave. He would have gone ahead to leave for 50 to 60 million euros. You understand? But he went ahead to obviously see himself really sign a deal that had a release clause of, was it 70 to 80 million euros. You understand? And now they are trying to obviously delay his departure. So I think he's the one to blame. But Arsenal fans are really very much interested in signing Victor Gyökeres, and they're like, can we get him in? Can we get him in here and see to it that all goes on well as planned? You understand? So that is Gyökeres for you, and he's really doing a very big push to join the club of Arsenal. Even the club of Arsenal is working tooth and nail to see to it that they really get this deal over the line. But good enough, they've gone ahead to start to announce players. Like, for example, they've gone ahead to really announce the deal of a player known as Kepa Arrizabalaga. You understand? Kepa Arrizabalaga is the first player that Arsenal have gone ahead to announce. We expect Nogard 1, and then Zubimendi to follow in after those, unveiling who the striker is gonna be the next. Though they are chasing in for Belechi as in Madueke, you know, and they're really trying to do a lot into the mix. So guys, thank you very much for this story of Victor Gyökeres, and we are obviously going to keep you in the know of what is obviously going to be happening for all about this deal. Then Fabrizio Romano told us yesterday that Besiktas reached verbal agreement to sign Tammy Abraham on a permanent deal from AS Roma. Here we go. Transfer fee around 20 million euros. Abraham has accepted the destination. Time for paperwork between clubs. Tammy to fly to Turkey. After that statement was made, then we saw Tammy Abraham flying to Turkey on his way to Istanbul to become new Besiktas member of the club from AS Roma. Abraham will sign a 4-year deal at the club as exclusively revealed. Now, Tammy Abraham is going to the club that is managed by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I know Solskjaer, I think when he was at Man United, Tammy Abraham went ahead to lead the line of Chelsea, and I think went ahead to score 14 goals into that season. And he was one of the players that disturbed Man United a lot in that game opener of season 2019-2020. He was really one of the players that really missed out on cities and went ahead to score very many goals under Frank Lampard. So this time around, he's going to Turkey, and he has been at AS Roma. I think they loaned him to AC Milan, then he went back, and now he has gone ahead to get a permanent deal at Besiktas. And I think Turkey football is taking shape. I will feel it. That side is obviously taking shape, and they are really getting into the better position where we want them to be. You understand? So after that, let's get to the other story that climaxes our last video of the day. Ansu Fati. Here we go, announced way back, I think a week back, and he passed the medical and here we come. Official. Ansu Fati joins Monaco on loan deal with 11 million euros buy option clause from Barcelona. One more big signing after Eric Dyer and Paul Pogba, completed by Thiago Scuro and Carlos Avina. Ansu Fati will wear shirt number 37. Now, obviously, Ansu Fati needs to reset and restart his career. If you've been following up on him, he's a guy that promised so much at the age of 16, 17 when Messi was here. That was 2018. You get 2018 season when Ansu Fati came in through to Barcelona. And those are 7 years back, meaning that he's now like 23, 24 years of age as Ansu Fati. And not much pressure at Monaco. I think it will help him really regain his confidence. You understand? When he was at Brighton, I think he sustained very many injuries and they really affected his growth, or career growth. But right now, as a player, I think he's gonna be feeling at home, off or away from these other big media cameras, and he's gonna be in France. And we will only really have a look at him when Monaco is really versing a big team, maybe PSG, Marseille. But when they're really versing these other teams, limited cameras will be onto him. And I tell you what, if he settles in well there with the likes of Paul Pogba doing the needful for him, getting a very good preseason, I think he can really turn out to be a very good player. He's soon hitting his prime, and I think he can really turn this around as a player. So guys, thank you very much for watching through your thoughts on the Gyökeres 60 million agreement with Arsenal. Hint in the comment section below. And what do you make about Tammy Abraham joining Besiktas? And then your thoughts about a player known as Ansu Fati joining Monaco. Do you think he'll revive his career? You know, all that and more into the comment section below. Good night to those going to bed and those watching us right now. It's really what we call a good morning, and enjoy your day. See you in the morning with more hot news from from other teams. Real Madrid has knocked out Juventus, and it has been a 1-0 win. Yesterday, Man City was knocked out 4-3 in extra time.